Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, put your phone down and pour me another glass of wine. Seriously, fill it to the brim. You are not going to believe what happened this morning. I know I complain about my mother-in-law constantly, but you have to understand, this woman is a scientific anomaly. She is a case study in oblivion. Okay, so you know the living situation, right? We have 8 or 9 people living under this roof on any given day. Between me, my wife, her parents, her brother, and random cousins, the house is a train station. So logically, if you hear footsteps, it could be anyone, right? It could be me, it could be the cable guy. The odds are 1 in 9, but not for Linda. Oh no. If Linda hears footsteps, she doesn't check who it is. She doesn't wait for visual confirmation. She just starts talking. She assumes with zero evidence that every single sound of movement belongs to my wife, her daughter. I'll be walking down the hall and suddenly I hear Linda booming out. And honestly, I told Cheryl that beige washes out the living room. She's talking to the air, and usually she's confessing her gossip or medical complaints to me, her son, or literally anyone else. The worst part is the visual realization. She'll be mid-monologue, my lower back is acting up again. And then I round the corner, she sees me, a 6-foot-tall man who looks nothing like her daughter, and she just stops. Dead silence. She looks at me, realizes I am not the intended audience, and just cuts the audio feed. It is the most awkward silence in the world. I usually just moonwalk out of there. But then there is the second scenario, the call for opinion. This one is pure chaos. My mother-in-law constantly assumes everyone walking in the house is her daughter, and it leads to chaos. I told you about the awkward silences, but the call for opinion is so much worse. This happens when she hears footsteps and shouts a question that requires an answer. Just yesterday, listen to this, I was coming down the back stairs. The wood is creaky, she hears me coming, she's in the laundry room, and she yells out, full volume, "Do you think these pants make my butt look flat?" Be honest, because I bought them at Macy's and I still have the receipt. Girl, I froze on the stairs. She's waiting for an answer. She thinks she's talking to her daughter now. You might ask, why don't you just say something? Why don't I just yell, "Hey Linda, it's me"? Because I am petty, I am tired, and quite frankly I am entertained. I want her to learn that you cannot just shout personal information into the void. I want her to feel the weight of her error, so I stay silent. She yells again, aggressive this time. Well, don't ignore me, do they sag or not? I take the final step. I turn into the laundry room. There she is, bending over, looking at her rear end in the mirror. I clear my throat loudly. She spins around, her eyes go wide. I just looked at her and said, "Hey Linda, has the mail come yet?" The shade of red she turned maroon. She started stammering, pulling her shirt down. It was glorious, but it happens constantly. My brother-in-law Dave, the poor guy. Last week she shouted through the bathroom door about her hot flashes because she thought he was my wife. But the worst one was with her husband. My mother-in-law refuses to look before she speaks, and she treats us all like NPCs in her video game. Last week she told my brother-in-law about her hot flashes because she thought he was her daughter. But the absolute best one was a few months ago, involving her own husband. Her husband, my father-in-law, walks into the mudroom. Linda is sorting coats, back turned. She hears boots and immediately assumes it's my wife. She says, "You know, your father is driving me insane. He chewed with his mouth open for the entire duration of Jeopardy last night, and I thought about smothering him with a throw pillow." The silence, the absolute deafening silence. Her husband just stood there holding a bag of groceries, staring at the back of her head. She waited for a laugh, nothing. Finally, she turns around, she sees him, and you know what he said? He just said, "I bought you the Greek yogurt you like," and walked past her. I was watching from the hallway. I almost died. I had to bite my fist to keep from screaming with laughter. And yet, she hasn't learned. She did it again this morning. I was walking into the kitchen to get coffee. I'm a big guy, I have heavy footsteps. My wife is tiny, but Linda doesn't hear footsteps. She hears an opportunity. I walk in and she's at the sink, back to me. So I was looking at that rash on my shoulder again, and it's getting crusty. I stopped. I literally hovered my foot over the floorboard. "And I think I need you to put some of that ointment on it for me because I can't reach." She starts lifting her shirt. My mother-in-law started lifting her shirt while talking to me because she thought I was her daughter. This happened this morning. She was at the sink, back to me, talking about a crusty rash on her shoulder. She said, "I need you to put some ointment on it," and started pulling her shirt up. Nope. I slammed my hand on the counter just to make a noise. I coughed like I was dying. Cough. Good morning, Linda. Cough. She jumped about 3 feet in the air, yanked her shirt down, and spun around looking horrified. "You scared me," she yelled. "I just want coffee, Linda," I said. "Please just look before you speak." She actually rolled her eyes at me. She said, "Well, I thought you were Sarah." "I am 6'2" and I sound like a Clydesdale," I told her. "Sarah sounds like a mouse." She just waved me off. "Oh, stop being dramatic. Do you want toast?" She completely glided past it. No shame, no lesson learned. I swear one of these days I'm going to mess with her. Next time she asks about her bunions, I'm going to reply in a high-pitched voice. "Yes, mother, tell me more. It's the only way to survive. I live for the drama, but the secondhand embarrassment is aging me. For the whole bottle of wine, I won't stop her. I won't save her. I'll just keep walking and watching her face drop when she realizes she's just confessed her darkest secrets to the son-in-law she barely tolerates. It's the little victories.